Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to F1 2020, here for the inter-season video between seasons 2 and 3. And yeah, we're starting this off just by looking at the previous season's results, how many wins we got. I had a pretty decent season, I feel. A couple of good wins, good podium finishes. Close in terms of the drivers. Obviously, we just lost out to Valtteri, but I don't think that we could have really done any more than what happened. Now we got to choose a driver for next season. Obviously, we don't want Aaron Barnes as our reserve driver coming in. He's worse than Mahiva. I don't even know how to say his second name. The actual GOAT of F1. Who is Dutch in this game, somehow. Anyway, we are currently looking at Sergio Perez as a potential driver, as he's a very good overall driver, but unfortunately we don't meet the requirements requested by him. So we've, I didn't really think this through. I was like, oh yeah, I'll just upgrade the marketing department. Then I was like, oh yeah, it's going to take a while for it to come through, and then we won't actually get a driver in. We are going to upgrade the marketing department, just because we can, in preparation for future episodes or future seasons, but we can't actually get the driver we want coming into this race, so we're going to have to pick someone else. And I was thinking, obviously there you can see the drivers we're looking at: Verstappen, Ricciardo, Leclerc, or we can have Checo, obviously, Sainz as well. I'm going to go for, going to have a look at Ricciardo here. He's got a fantastic rating, 91 rating for Daniel. We're going to approach him, and he's accepted the approach. Fantastic. So we are going to negotiate with him. Hopefully we can, as it says, apparently we got third in our constructors last season. Pretty sure we got second. Anyway. So we're going to start the bidding now. We're going to do some large bids here. Try and outbid Renault for Daniel Ricciardo. Currently we are offering 11.5 million. Renault ups that, so we're going to offer 12 million for Daniel. It's under consideration. Will we get him? We've got him. We have Daniel Ricciardo as a driver, and yeah, I'm very happy with that. It's even better signing than Raikkonen, because he has got some seriously good pace, race pace, racecraft, awareness and experience is all very high. He's 96 rating now with the simulation upgrades and the upgrades that my team give him, the driver bonuses at least. So now we have got a press interview with Will Buxton, so I will leave him to discuss this and talk about it, and I'll join you after the press interview. So I've just gone back and checked, and we did actually, as Sebastian Vettel is leaving F1, which I thought would be coming quite soon, given the torrid run of fortune he's been having with Ferrari. So him and Raikkonen are going to be leaving. So this is going to shake up the order quite a bit. I wonder who's going to be coming and going to which teams, etc. As we can actually see now, Max Verstappen has gone to Ferrari, which is a very interesting move, and I would say probably a downgrade. I really didn't expect that to come, Verstappen going to Ferrari, but it's happened. So who has replaced Verstappen's seat at Renault? Well, at Renault, Jack Aitken has replaced Daniel Ricciardo, so fair enough, my Season 1 teammates come in. But who has replaced Verstappen at Red Bull? Nobuharu Matsushita. Wow. I mean, fair enough. 69 rating. He's, yeah. Oh, that was really funny. To me, it still is quite funny as to what he's been able to wriggle his way out of that. Another pay driver, maybe? A Red Bull go for a pay driver? That's a bit difficult. A bit different. We get a massive influx of Team Acclaim at the end of Season 2. We're now really close to level 20 Team Acclaim. And Ricciardo is going to be very difficult to beat in this season. And I'm going to say this now. This is the single toughest season I've ever had, not just on F1 2020, but on any career mode that I've ever done. And I did like 3 seasons of 2016, 5 seasons of 2018 and 2019. Ricciardo is the most difficult driver I have ever faced. So yeah, this is going to be interesting to say the least, as we're just going through here, looking at different helmets. I was thinking of doing that like robotic looking one, but we're going to stick with the Galaxy helmet. I really like that helmet design. Potentially changing our race suit, but in the end I'm going to stick with the digital one that we have. Gloves, we're just changing those to match the colour scheme now and changing the design a bit, but yes, Daniel Ricciardo is a very, very difficult driver to beat. He is, I'm not going to do any spoilers, but this season is going to be a very, very good season to watch. I hope, at least, provided I don't butcher the commentary even more than I normally do for these episodes. Yeah, myself and Ricciardo as teammates, going to be an amazing inter-team battle, including the battle that we should have with Mercedes. It's going to shape up to potentially be a 3 or 4 way fight for the victory, as we're currently messing around here, just making sure we get all the colours right for the race gloves. Obviously, knowing me, I love this purple, blue and black colour scheme. I like the red, but I don't think the red really goes well with it. But this, on the other hand, it just goes perfectly. Sort of like, I like the dark colours. I like having gloves and like a car and a bodysuit that looks and is a lot darker. It's not this big vibrant colour scheme. I don't really like that. I just think it's a bit more menacing, really, if you could even describe a suit as that. Yes, whilst we're just changing some stuff here, changing my gloves, seeing what we can have. What are we going to aim for this season? What do I think my goals are? Well, I said it in Brazil. My goals are win the drivers. They're my main goals. I don't think the constructors will. Well, I think we can win the constructors with Daniel on board. But my main aim is the drivers. We're currently choosing our sponsors for this season. We're going to go with I don't even know what that's called. We're going to go with the elephant one, because I believe that had like the same sponsor goal and income as like the next sponsor, but we only had to get 100 points for it. The interesting thing about this as well is I don't know where I'm going to be in the performance index. I consolidated a lot of upgrades, but I don't know how many the other teams have consolidated, whether they're going to do a massive dump of R&D points at the end of the season. So, you never know. And here I am just having a quick look at how I could potentially improve the colour scheme. I would love to change where the black sits. Maybe make the grey like a bit darker, but unfortunately I can't. And I liked this idea, but I'm going to stick with what I already have. I think the blue and the red is just a lovely colour scheme in general. And I'm just going to have a look at the emblem here. A team badge, but we're going to stick with the same. Pretty much stick with the same, actually. We are going to change the team colours to have our primary colour as a deep purple, I think, or a deep blue. Just so our team isn't, bright green. It's actually looks like it's going to be purple here. Yes, it's going to be purple. So they're going to be our main colours. Obviously, the green is for British Racing Green, and the red and the blue is for the Union Jack. But here are the tracks we're going to be selecting. We're going to select all of the tracks that we didn't race at last season. So that is Australia, Spain, Azerbaijan, and then Russia, Japan, and Abu Dhabi are the 6 tracks we didn't go to in Season 2. And then on top of those, I'm going to add in an extra 10 races of my choosing. So races I feel that will provide A, good racing, and B, fun to drive. So we're going to skip over the next 3 rounds and go straight to the Dutch Grand Prix. I was thinking about Vietnam, but I decided not to. We're obviously going to put Monaco in there. We're not going to put Canada in. I don't really like Canada all too much. France, obvious reasons. Austria too. We've got to have Britain, even though it's a weak track for us. It's a home Grand Prix, so we've got to have it. Belgium, Italy, Singapore, because they provide some very good racing. Mexico, Brazil, and Abu Dhabi is already on there. So yeah, I think we've got a very good season set up for us. I feel like, I'd do a full season, but I don't really, I'd include like Bahrain and Vietnam and that. I just don't feel they throw up as good racing as what these tracks do. And these tracks are statistically better for me, and I feel that's going to give us an edge, although I don't know if that's cheating or not really. I just feel like they provide better racing. Obviously give us more of a chance at it as well. But if I had the chance of going to Vietnam, where it's just basically one big DRS train, or going to like Austria or something, I'd pick Austria, obviously. Yes, now we're just assigning activities on the build up to the first race in Australia. We've got a considerable amount of cash, so we're actually going to spend a bit of money here, get our departments up to level 3. We're going to improve the build time of the chassis, powertrain, and aero departments. And we're also going to focus this season on durability, as I don't think that hindered me a lot in Season 2, although it's a bit 50-50 whether it hindered me, but we're going to... we're pushing for the title this season. We want to have some good durability on the car. We do have 7,000 R&D points. But luckily, we aren't actually too far behind in the power standings. We actually remain the same, as every team has suffered a dip. Mercedes have suffered a massive dip, a lot closer to us, so it looks like they didn't consolidate as many upgrades as what we did. So that's going to make the fight for this season interesting. Red Bull, or the entire, like everyone else has suffered a massive dip, apart from Williams. Williams have increased their performance. So what we're going to do now is we're going to put on some extra aero upgrades, including a DRS upgrade. We're going to put on some chassis upgrades, and this is going to propel our car pretty much to being the top of the standings, at least in terms of aero and chassis. And you can see there we've got a lot of upgrades coming in. I don't know if they'll be on time or in time for the Australian Grand Prix, but they definitely will be there for the Dutch Grand Prix. As you can see there, in terms of the rating, Daniel Ricciardo is the highest rated driver, 96. He's higher rated than Hamilton. Obviously, his stats come in due to the departments that we have, but still, it's nice to know that he's the fastest on the grid. And we're here for the car reveal. Obviously, nothing has changed, so I guess. I guess that's it really. Nothing, it just makes it easier for me when I'm making the shitty thumbnails, really. Anyway, we're just adding some more upgrades now because we've got some extra R&D points. We had 1,200, but they're all gone now. So, yeah, that's it. We don't have any more powertrain upgrades to do. We did go for Mercedes as our engine supply, as they were the best engine. Obviously, we could have a lot of money to spend. And here we go with all of the upgrades to the facilities. This is important because there aren't actually the upgrades to the car. They'll be coming for next episode. And that's it. So I'll catch you up for the start of Season 3, the Australian Grand Prix, very soon.